Alright guys, algebraic fractions 3. So yeah, there were two other videos before this one, and this is probably the last one I'm going to do on algebraic fractions. So now, in contrast to the ones that I've done before, this one is not an expression, it's an equation, so we need to solve to find x. We need to find the value of x for this. So, if you remember what I said in the first video on algebraic fractions, because in the first video I was dealing with things that were adding and subtracting, you would remember that just sorting out the left-hand side here, that what I'll end up having is x plus 1 and x plus 2 there, and this is going to multiply by that 2, giving me 2 into x plus 2, plus this is going to multiply by that 5, so 5 into x plus 1, and that's going to be equal to 3 over there. Okay, now my next job would be to now simplify as far as possible before trying to solve. So now I'll expand these brackets at the top here, giving me 2x plus 4, 5x plus 5 there. And what I might do is bring all of this at the bottom on that side over there to multiply it by that 3. I might also expand the two brackets. So I'm going to miss a couple of steps here and just jump straight to it. I'll expand these brackets and I'll put the result as a product of 3. So 3 into x squared plus 3x plus 2. If you don't know what I've just done, then take these brackets out separately and multiply, I don't know, using FOIL or the grid method or whichever method you like, but x times x is x squared, then I'll have 2x plus that 1x gives me 3x, and then 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, let's carry on simplifying. So this becomes, I can add these two here, this becomes 7x plus 9 is equal to 3x squared plus 9x plus 6. Eventually what will happen is, actually let's just do it. I wouldn't cut any corners, let's just do it. So bring everything on one side, and what I'm going to do for the purpose of keeping things positive, I'll keep everything on this side here. So I'll have 3x squared. This 9x, I'll have to subtract 7x from it, which is going to give me 2x, so that's going to be plus 2x, and then this 6, when I bring that 9 over, I'll have to take away 9 from it, and that's going to give me minus 3 equal to now 0, because now I've left nothing on the other side. Now, as you can see, I've got a very nasty looking quadratic equation here to solve. And just by looking at it, it doesn't look like it can be factorized, so I'll have to use either completing the square or the quadratic formula. So I'll state the quadratic formula. X is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I do hope that you know what the quadratic formula is and how to use it. So I'm not going to go through any of the working out at all. I'm just going to set it up and then we'll go straight to the answer. Looking at my quadratic equation, that's a, that's b, that's c. So I'll define them. A is equal to 3, b is equal to 2, and c is equal to minus 3. And then what I'll end up doing is to say that x now is equal to, this says minus b, so minus 2 in this case, minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is minus 3, and all of that is divided by 2a, which is 2 times 3. Okay, so you can use your calculator and sort that out, but the answers that we're going to look for, which I will keep in its exact form, are minus 1 minus root 10 all over 3, and x is equal to minus 1 plus the square root of 10 all over 3. If you want, you can turn it into a decimal if you want to, and then see what you're going to get, okay? But that's the answer in its exact form. And that's basically the solution of it. It could be quite lengthy. If you see one of these, they're going to be worth a fair few marks, and it could be quite lengthy to do this. Okay, let's look at another problem. All right, so here's another situation. If you want to, you might want to pause the video and then have a go for yourself. Okay, similar situation here then. I hope you did pause the video and had a go. So let's see if you're going to get the answers that I was able to get. Again, we'll start by finding the LCM. So the LCM for this is going to be x minus 2. Let's change that to a minus 2. And x plus 1. We'll put that equal to 3 for now. We'll come back to it in a second. And first of all, this multiplies by 4. So 4 into x plus 1 plus 7 into x minus 2. If you watched my last couple of videos, you should be pretty much quick at this now. We can now expand the brackets. Okay, so that's going to give us 4x plus 4 there, plus 7x minus 14 equals 2. What I'm going to do, same as I did with the last problem, I'll expand this using FOIL, so x squared plus x minus 2x and so on, and then I'll bring it all over on that side to multiply by the 3. So 3 into x squared minus x minus 2 is what we're going to get for that there. And then now, once we've got that, we'll expand the brackets, bring everything on one side. So what I'll do is I'll start simplifying on the left hand side. So the 4x and the 7x I'll add together to give me 11x plus the 4 and the 14. We'll bring that to, actually this should be a minus, not a plus. I'll have to scribble that out. Okay, so 11x and minus 10 is equal to 3x squared minus 3x minus 6. That's what we're going to have there. Bring everything on one side and then simplify. So I'll keep everything on the right hand side because they're all positive. So that's going to give me 3x squared. Once I bring this 11x over, it will become minus. So it will end up adding to that. So that becomes minus 14x. Once I bring this 10 over, it becomes a plus. So it will subtract the 6 from it. And that becomes a positive 4 equals 0. Again, we have something that cannot be factorized. I would suggest you pause this video here if you haven't done so yet, and use your quadratic formula or complete the square, whichever works for you, to produce the answers. However, in the answers that we are going to, I'll just put them in the formula again for you. But I wouldn't do it for the next question. And yeah, see if you get the answers that we get. So x is equal to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And again, we can identify a, B, and C, where A is going to be 3, B is going to be minus 14, and C is going to be 4. Once we get to our quadratic formula now, we're going to say x is, now it starts with minus b, but the 14 is already minus, so we're going to change that to just 14, a plus 14, plus or minus the square root of 14 square minus 4 times 3 times 4 all over 2 times 3. And again, I will just give exact answers for these. If you want, you can work them out as decimals, but the two answers we're looking for here is x is equal to 7 minus root 37 all over 3, and x is equal to 7 plus root 37 all over 3. Alright, and that's it, guys. So I'm just going to leave you with one last one. This one I wouldn't work out for you. I'll just let you have a go on your own, and all I will do is just provide the answers, okay? So this is the last one, guys. Have a go doing this one on your own and see how you get on. Okay, so once you've finished doing all of the hard work, the answers that you should be coming up with is x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 11 over 6. All right, and that's it, guys. So I hope this was informative enough for you. It'll be pretty much the same thing you do if you're multiplying fractions or dividing fractions and it's actually equal to something, so you have an equation. You'll do the exact same thing, work it out as you normally do, and then bring things on that side and solve for x. Okay, hope that was good enough. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, let me know, or if you're really desperate for me to put on one with multiplying and dividing algebraic fractions, then I'm happy to do that as well. Okay then, take care.